time ago, there was a cave embedded in a mountain where several men were chained. In that inhumane environment, they could only see images projected on a wall in front of them. Throughout the day, these images changed, and the men competed to guess the next sequence in order to be considered the wisest. Day after day, they remained there in anticipation, until one of them managed to break free from his chains and began walking through the cave. As he reached the adjacent chamber, he saw a fire where people were holding up figurines that cast shadows on the wall where his companions were. He realized the images they saw came from those figures positioned in front of the fire. These are just projected shadows, he thought. So he decided to venture further until he reached the entrance of the cave and encountered a vibrant, beautiful, and lively world. Astonished, he saw birds, animals, trees, flowers, mountains, people, and countless other things. He talked, learned many things, and spent time there realizing that true reality was vastly different from what he had known. He then decided to return and tell his companions about what he had seen. He would explain that there was a new, different world beyond those dark walls. But as soon as he started talking, he was humiliated. They attacked him, calling him a visionary, a madman. For them, the only truth was what they saw. There was nothing beyond. Plato's Allegory of the Cave is a metaphor that illustrates the human journey in search of truth and knowledge, comparing life in a cave where prisoners only see shadows. It symbolizes the liberation from ignorance and deception, because true reality is eternal and unchanging. Shadows, in contrast, are fleeting. They are merely apparent realities that initially dazzle but eventually vanish when properly analyzed. However, many see these shadows as the only reality they live in, as they neither want nor seek any different knowledge. For them, sadly, the new is always dangerous and contradictory, and since they make no effort to attain it, they cling to personal opinions and react aggressively when threatened. Nonetheless, regardless of any beliefs one may hold, it is always commendable to stay open to change. For information, even when deemed dangerous, can also bring important lessons. It opens new perspectives of opportunity and growth, breaking mental, emotional chains and freeing individuals to explore different paths. The allegory also emphasizes that the human being is a mountain of many caves. One may have escaped some, but still remains trapped in others. These are unresolved life experiences that remain misunderstood, as the symbols on the mental wall haven't been fully interpreted. Choices made with consequences, acquired toxic patterns, chains forged by prejudice. These are the situations requiring time and reworking. Life, therefore, presents us with these complex plots so they can be understood and overcome in the best way possible, allowing us to apply their lessons in our practical lives. Thus, our cave represents the physical world, what we see and perceive, while the or exit symbolizes the search for understanding and true knowledge. When the prisoner leaves the cave, he finds a new world that completely shatters his former chains. The being once trapped by the same old sources now breaks free. As links of a chain, it symbolizes one who seeks truth and wisdom through reason and common sense, leaving behind the darkness of outdated tendencies, as this is the only way to achieve true fulfillment. Therefore, we must dare to conquer new exits, work on our shadows and reframe them into light. Since true enlightenment always comes from within, we must allow ourselves to seek other emotional and mental paths. Escape the sameness of confined mental spaces that render the mind habitual and inactive. For humanity must realize the importance of critical thinking in order to break the chains and seek true knowledge, represented by the world outside the cave. Understand that life only gives us what we deserve, and it is through our careless ways that our pursuits often end in failure. The shadows are veils hiding the choices we've made, and if they are there, it's because they need to be illuminated by the fire of coherent effort that leads to rightful merit. Certain types of myths from the past serve as portals to wisdom, presenting life's diversity through symbols and allegories. They are portraits of stories told with a mystical touch, revealing the secrets the soul dreams of, lost memories from a distant past, bringing tales of kings, magicians, and heroes. Mythological paintings that hide secrets. In conclusion, The allegory of the cave invites us to reflect on how we live and to seek a deeper understanding of reality, beyond appearances and surface-level information. It is a call to break the chains of ignorance and superficiality and to strive for a more meaningful life. Namaste.